Greetings and good day. Welcome to the Ikyan Shah Audio Notes series designed specifically for law students. More importantly, these notes are designed to help you write your answers efficiently within 35 to 40 minutes during the examination. Do like and share this video and subscribe this channel for regular updates. Let's start our today's topic. Dishonor of cheque. Introduction. A banker business consists in receiving money from or account of a customer and to repay the same on demand or when drawn by a cheque. Negotiable Instruments Act lays down the circumstances when a banker is justified in dishonoring a checking when a bank is bound to dishonor the cheque. Definition of bank. The word bank is Italian. It is derived from three words. Bankers bank and benci, so it is a financial institution which receives deposit and advances loans. Definition of banker. According to Section 3(b) of the Negotiable Instrument Act, 1881, banker means a person transacting the business of accepting, for the purpose of lending or investment, of deposits of money from the public repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawal by the cheque, draft, order or otherwise, and includes any post office saving bank. Definition of cheque. According to Section 6 of the Negotiable Act, 1881, a cheque is a bill of exchange drawn on a specified banker and not expressed to be payable otherwise than on demand. Case Law PLD Kar 115 PLJ 110. Cases in which a banker is justified in dishonoring cheques, Plump-FIR. Following are the cases when a banker is justified in dishonoring cheques. Cheque not properly presented. If cheques are improperly presented, e.g. presented after banking hours. Lien. If banker has a general lien on the funds of customer. Unavailability of funds. When the funds of the customer are set aside for some special purpose and not available for the payment. Mutilated cheque. A banker is justified in refusing payment of mutilate cheque. Post-dated. When cheque is post-dated presented for payment before its ostensible date. Forgery of the drawer's signature. If the banker's doubtful about the signature of the drawer, difference in words and figure where amount of the cheque is different in words and figure. Insufficient balance. If balance of the drawer of cheque is insufficient. Reasonable time. If cheque is not properly presented within reasonable time. LT is presented after 6 months. When bank is bound to dishonor the cheques. Cheque must be dishonored in the following circumstances, including tick. Insolvency. If customers of a banker become insolvent. Banker is bound to dishonor the cheque. Notice of customer's death. The banker will terminate the payment of a cheque if it receives the notice of customer's death. Countermand of payment. The drawer of a cheque stops the payment of a cheque by informing the banker either on telephone or message. The banker is bound to comply with such instructions. Loss of cheque. When the customer has informed the bank about the loss of cheque, the bank must dishonor the cheque. Unstamped cheques. Banker is bound to refuse the unstamped cheques where such stamping is required by law. Defective title of the party. When bank becomes aware of the defective title of the party, the cheque must be dishonored. Insanity of customer. When bank receives the notice that customer has become, the cheque must be dishonored. Notice of assignment. When a customer assigns the money of his account to some other on or for any other particular thing and sends a notice to the bank, cheque must be dishonored. Garnishee order. When balance of the customer is attached by the order of the court, such order of the court is called garnishee order. The bank is bound so dishonor the cheque. Torn or cancelled cheque. If the cheque is torn or cancelled, bank is bound to dishonor cheque. Irregular cheque. If the endorsement in the cheque is irregular, the cheque must be dishonored by the bank. Closing of account. If account of the customer has been closed, the cheque must be dishonored by the bank. Conclusion. To conclude that customer is a person of a bank who has account with a bank. Checks drawn by the customer must honored by the bank. In default of such payment, the bank must compensate the drawer for any loss. However, banker is bound to dishonor the checks if not drawn according to the rules and regulations.